Yeah, I'm Ryan Jarvinen. You can find me as Ryan J on Twitter, GitHub, and IRC. OpenShift is a platform as a service that runs, the idea is run it on top of OpenStack. OpenStack gives you whole machines at a time. OpenShift is really helping you carve out resources on your array of machines and then scale at an application level across your OpenStack cloud. So that's the general gist of it. It's really giving your ops team all the tooling that they need to build their own kind of Heroku style internal cloud. And we also have a hosted version, OpenShift Online. There's a free tier there. You can get free application, 3 free application containers that will host your apps for you. It's a great way to try it out and see what the developer experience is like. But from the operations side, there's some really innovative stuff that we're doing. We're basically doing multi-tenancy on these boxes without the use of virtual machines per app. That allows us to get much greater density on your hardware, applications per box, right? So our goal with this is to really allow you to scale to levels that you'd never be able to do with full virtualization at the app level and at the OS level. And wrapping VMs in VMs is, you often lose a lot of overhead that can be reallocated back to the applications. You get a lot more mileage out of your hardware that way. So one thing that I'd recommend you check out, our open source portal is openshift.github.io. You can get live CDs for running your own private cloud on top of OpenStack. We have virtual machines, and we have a great Vagrant plus Puppet getting started guide if you want to have a dev environment to try to build against this. And we're adding new, basically our hope is to make this the really kind of community platform as a service that's running on top of OpenStack, and bring in more partners via this cartridge abstraction that we have. So there's notes on that as well. That makes databases like MySQL, Postgres, MongoDB all pluggable and easily installable by the developers. So that's the basics. So if you've used like a Heroku or that type of application hosting environment in the past, this is very similar. From the developer experience, we have a command line tool that you can install via Ruby gems. You just run gem install RHC. RHC stands for Red Hat Cloud. So that's the command line tool you could use to provision all of your application instances. So if you're using, you could use the same tool whether you're using OpenShift Online, our hosted version. You could also use the same tool to make deployments to your private cloud. And it basically, you type in RHC app create, the name of your application, the language that you'd like to use, and then also you can include a Git URL and import a full live application or all the source for it, and OpenShift will automatically do all the build and deployment process to basically allow you to spin up, a Ruby app, Python app, PHP, Node.js, anything directly from source right into a scalable application container that'll scale right across your OpenStack cluster. So really powerful tools. I love hitting the, like basically one button, you get a new fresh app right off of GitHub. So we're really hoping to lean on the community there, the GitHub community, developer community, get their apps adapted to run on OpenShift. And really the only requirements there are, if you're going to use MySQL, we'll supply environment variables to your app, and then you basically use that variable to find out which IP addresses and ports to bind to. That gives you nice and clean code where you don't have any authentication tokens or secrets, IP addresses, port numbers. All that should be abstracted out of your code anyway. So that's great that really OpenShift is geared around providing that type of a service to developers where the back end is completely abstracted, but they have all the tools they need to get up and running with a horizontally scalable application architecture.